Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Spill the Tea with Tommy D. Sorry, been a little bit, but New Year's, all this good stuff. Welcome to 2021, everyone. First episode of 2021. We are gonna do what's called, they're called blooming teas, or also known as flowering teas. This is a container of 12 different flowering teas I got. The company is called Tea Bloom. Timeless moments. So, what happens is, a blooming tea, what it is they take tea leaves and they hand sew them around a very beautiful flower. And what's going to happen is there's no strainer involved in this. You can put the tea ball right in there. It's going to open up. You get the tea leaf, you get the normal tea infusion, but you also get a beautiful flower that will bloom from the teas. And you can drink it right out of a cup or a glass teapot. So what's crazy about these is they were actually invented to entertain emperors of China. They wouldn't even drink the tea. Sometimes they would just put it in a big tube and watch it bloom and flower and do all these beautiful things. So when you're at home thinking you're bored during quarantine, just remember you got Netflix, video games, the list goes on and on. Emperors of China would see a flower pop out of another flower and they would go nuts. So here's what we're going to do. There's 12 different ones in here. I'm going to just kind of shake a couple out. I'm going to mix them around. We're not going to know. And so this one is a green tea leaves on the outside is what it says. So these are green tea leaves. Oh, I looked. I'm bad. Let's go with this one. Okay. So they come in these little packages. They'll kind of tell you what they are. So this one, the one I picked, ooh, very cool. It says green tea flower, and this one's called Rising Spring. So you just unpop these. Now usually, so these ones say boiling water, which I'm a little skeptical how size on the boiling water because they are green tea leaves, but I'll listen to them. And then it's about they say a 5-minute steep time, but that's for usually like a glass teapot of about 32 ounces. So I got my 16-ounce mug, so I'm going to half that. So this is what it looks like. Little ball, sewn up, tea leaves all around it. Very, very cool. So I'm going to take this little ball. I'm going to put it in my mug, just like that. I got boiling water here. Got my 2 minutes and 30 seconds of going. And I'm going to pour it in. Again, no strainer. And here we go. 2021, here it is. We got our New Year's resolutions in line. Well, if your New Year's resolution was, planning and starting and participating in a terrorist attack trying to overthrow democracy, well, mission accomplished on that one. That's horrible. But most people don't have those types. Maybe next year, if that's your resolution, maybe get like a heavy bag or something. Get out some of that aggression instead. But most people's resolutions are simple. The average person's like, I want to lose weight. I want to get a better job. Maybe you want to stop cooking meth. Whatever it is. I think they're good. It's good to start out those positive notes, I guess, on the New Year's resolutions. But here's the real problem with New Year's resolutions. Almost everyone starts off New Year's just totally failing on their New Year's resolutions. Because pretty much the moment the clock strikes midnight, it hits 12:01, it's the new year, you're already drunk, or crying, or doing something you're gonna regret. And you already kind of blew it. New Year's starts that moment. And here's the thing is the people they even go harder to the paint. They're like, oh, it's midnight. Well, gotta finish this bottle of Jack and carton of cigarettes, because, New Year's resolution starts tomorrow. It is tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't start when you wake up in the morning. Tomorrow starts when the clock strikes midnight. And that's tomorrow. That's it. You blew it. Also, the next morning, you're starting off the new year just beat to hell. You partied so hard, you wake up the next morning, and like you feel like you got hit so hard, you feel like a racist at a gas station. You know what I mean? And like you wake up in the morning after that partying hard, your head's pounding, you take that first breath. You're like, what's that guy? I don't know, the zombie from Hocus Pocus. That's what it reminds me of. You already kind of blew it. So I'd say for the people, the party hardiers for New Year's, there's always next year, you know. So we have our excellent flowering tea. Now these are always gonna, a little sweeter than I expected too. Wow, this is a really good one. Now, when drinking it, yeah, you might get a petal or two, but you know, don't be a little baby about it. It's just a little flower. Wow, I tasted green tea leaves. There's like this very subtle jasmine-like kind of undertones to it. And just a touch of sweetness. It almost kind of reminds me... almost like a molasses-y. It's kind of like a... it's not like a bright sweetness. It's kind of more of a deeper sweetness of like a rich like molasses or a brown sugar. But like not heavy, just like a little bit. You're gonna do this, right? Oh. That's a whole different type of spill in the tea. Oh, man. Very good. Yeah. Green tea. Taste that green tea. Kind of that a little bit of the roastiness from it. There aren't, I don't think, too many green tea leaves in this, but get the green tea. Floral, jasmine-y, touch of sweetness. These are delicious. They're a lot of fun. And what's great, you can get like 3 or 4 steeps out of this guy. And if you want to entertain friends, you get a nice, decent-sized glass teapot. Let it sit that 5 to 10 minutes, and you'll have a really good time. So that's it. That's some nice blooming teas for you. Kind of want to share that if you follow me on social media, you're probably aware that there won't be any more Sadie Spills the Tea episodes. Sadie unfortunately got sick, and she's no longer with us. But she's always with us here and in our videos. And she really loved spilling the tea for all of you. So sorry to end on a sad note. Pick up some blooming tea by Tea Bloom. Keep those New Year's resolutions true, non-violent, and positive. And we will see you on the next episode.